Well, welcome back to another Fishing with Tom adventure. This is it, the big day, the trip I wait for every year at Ice Out, the annual trip up to Rangeley Lake for some after Ice Out salmon and brook trout fishing. This is my mecca. It's my holy grail of fishing. I look forward to this trip every year. It always comes too quick and goes away too fast, but we've got hopefully some good fishing in store for us this week. It's May 1st. I'm heading up to Lake Auburn. I'm going to meet Rennie there, my longtime fishing partner. He's taking his boat, I'm taking my boat. We've got some other people joining us. We're going to be staying at the LL Bean camps. Rennie works at LL Bean, so we get access to those camps right in Aquasic by South Bog. Going to be up there in a couple hours, loaded up with smelt. We've got plenty of lures. All our rods are rigged up, so it should be a great week. Weather conditions call for some rain on and off. That's not bad. Ice went out on, I believe, the 22nd of April, so about 9 days ago. Typically the salmon hit real hard right at Ice Out, and according to some reports we've had from up there, they did. Very big, wide-shouldered salmon, heavy fish this year. The brook trout typically come on the bite shortly after the salmon stop, and that's what we're hoping to get into this week, plus maybe some salmon as well. So we are going to drive up there, and I will be meeting Rennie at the launch at Lake Auburn shortly. That is Rennie the Mouse Lavoie in front of me with his boat, the big green barge. And we are heading up through Turner right now, headed towards Rangeley Lake. We got about an hour and a half drive, barring any unforeseen problems. We're going to go the back route through the height of land. Usually a pretty picturesque spot, but today with the cloud cover may not be as beautiful as if it were a clear day. But we should be able to get a look at Mooselook-Magunic Lake, some of the surrounding lakes. Usually a very nice drive up through here this time of year. Not a lot of color in the trees, obviously. Not a lot of leaves out yet, but typically see some wildlife on the way through. Here we are rolling into the LL Bean camps. We are going to be staying at the Parmacini Bell camp, named after the fly of the same name. Great spot here. I'm real fortunate to be able to take advantage of it. We're going to launch our boats and unpack and hopefully be on the water tonight. All right, we are fishing on Rangeley Lake, May 1st. It's about 4 p.m. Just got into the camp, unloaded, and I'm going to try trolling sewn-on smelt on a bait harness. I just marked a couple of fish in about 13 feet of water. So I'm looking at South Bog Island. The bean camps are right over that way. State Park is up around the corner this way. Rainey just got his boat ready, and they're going to head out shortly as well. I think he was going to try streamers. If the wind picks up anymore, I'll have to switch to streamers. There's a little bit of breeze out here, not too bad for the evening. It's not raining very much, just a real light drizzle. But it feels good to be on Rangeley. It's not typically this mild. Usually I'm up here and it's 20 degrees, 30 degrees. I'm calling for a little bit of rain this week, but that doesn't affect me at all. We get plenty of gear for the rain. We're hoping to get into either some salmon or some brook trout, or maybe both. We shall see. Rangeley Lake is truly a trophy fish destination, long known as a really great salmon and brook trout fishery. Rangeley's about 6,300 square miles, 6,300 acres. Long known as a trophy brook trout and salmon lake. Rangeley Lake's about 6,300 acres, probably 149, 150 feet at its maximum depth. It's got a moderately developed shoreline, a lot of camps, a lot of state park occupies a lot of the open space or the green space there. That's one of the camps on South Bog Island. It's a number of people own that. I know one of the subjects that owns it. Don't see too much activity there this time of year, but I imagine it's pretty popular in the summer. That's the big South Bog Island. There's a couple of smaller islands known as South Bog Islands. No particular name to them that I'm aware of. But Rangeley spills out into the Mooselook-Magunic Lake, and it's fed by a number of streams. You can see we're nestled in the mountains. Pretty calm out here now, but this lake can really blow when it blows. The wind whips down the lake, and it gets pretty rough out here. So sometimes we only fish till about 8 or 9 or 10 in the morning, and then we get blown off the lake, and we got to wait till it calms down in the evening, which it typically does. Not too bad at night tonight. Steady breeze, but nothing too bad. Very mild temperature. I estimate it's got to be about 50 degrees. Very comfortable. We've been marking a few fish down lower. We've got a smelt on a bait harness, a real big smelt on a sliding bait harness. We'll see what that does. We may switch to flies, or maybe lures. See what happens. I just want to troll this shoreline out here. I want to head this way, get out towards the state park. There's typically a lot of brook trout activity around there. I dropped the line down fairly low, so anything in that 15, 18 foot range should be swimming by the bait. We were working the rod back and forth here. I was in about 8 feet of water or so, 6-8 feet of water. Going along at a pretty good clip, about 3.5 miles an hour, perfect streamer speed. And I got a real nice solid tap on that brookie, a real healthy brook trout. The first day of fishing on the Rangeley Lake trip. It was just in front of the state park. We'll work this shoreline, see if we have any luck. This is an inside view of the cabin. Dan is getting ready to put the steaks in the oven. Got some nice tenderloins there. It's not bad for camp living. Rainy's sitting there reading his book under the trout lamp. The Yellow Bean Camp. Alright, Fishing with Tom Adventures on Rangeley Lake, May 2nd. We're out just by South Bog Island here. We got some bait going. Marking a few fish in this channel here. I want to stay in about 20-25 feet of water. We got a nice smelt doing the slow troll. We're going to work up towards the state park and see what we can dredge up. Pretty good conditions this morning. Not much wind. I don't see any other boats out here now. Rennie's going to be joining us shortly. Another group of fishermen at the camp, at the bean camp as well. They look like they were getting ready. I wanted to be on the water close to first light, so here I am. We'll see how we do today. Yep, there we go. We got a fish on. There we go, first one of the morning. Down deep, probably about 20 feet. We're in 24 feet of water. He's coming up pretty good with us. See what it turns out to be. He may wake up once he gets closer to the boat. He's coming alive now. There he goes. What do we got? Brookie? Oh, threw the bait. That looked like a little brook trout. Yep, there we go. We got a fish on. There we go. First one of the morning. Down deep, probably about 20 feet. We're in 24 feet of water. He's coming up pretty good with us. See what it turns out to be. He may wake up once he gets closer to the boat. He's coming alive now. There he goes. What do we got? Brookie? Oh, threw the bait. That looked like a little brook trout. Fish on by South Bog Island. Nope, we had a tap. He liked it, but he didn't take it. Oh, no, he's on. Fish is on. I was marking some fish here on the way out this morning, so I decided to come in and try it, and sure enough, we got one. Not a bad morning. It snowed a little bit of drizzle, but it's actually pretty nice right now. Looks like some of this stuff is going to lift off. Talked to my buddy Chad in Auburn. Got a turkey this morning. Said it's raining down there pretty heavy. So not bad up here in the mountains. Ah, it's a nice little brook trout. Still a little spirited. Little brookie. See if we can let him go with the boat here. Hold on, buddy. I'll try to get you. Oh yeah, you're not hooked bad at all. Hold still. I'll take care of you. There you go. That's the second brookie of the day. Not a bad start, and a good call to come into the bay here. We just had another tap, and then it felt like it got off again. Oh, there's a fish on. Definitely a fish on. Not a solid hit, but a fish nonetheless. Conditions are getting a little lousy. Wind's definitely picking up. But we're just headed in right now anyway for a little breakfast and a warm up. So we'll see what this turns out to be. It's a small trout. We're going to keep it for the smoker. We'll see. Yeah, a little brookie. Let's see if it's the size we want. Oh, that is. Perfect. Hold still there, buddy. Yeah, nice little brookie for the smoker. Yep, he is 12 inches. And with that, I think we will motor in and warm up. I changed the setup on my rod holder here. I had it right over there, and that was quite a reach. I had to get up and grab the rod when there was a fish on. And I mounted it right on this deck right here, this lid. Lid still works, but it's a lot closer. I can grab it, and then if I want to jig, I can fold that rod holder down and I can jig across it without it getting in the way like it was when it was over there. So I'm hoping that's going to be a little bit better setup for me. If I got somebody else in the boat, they can either fish off that side or they can fish off that side, either way. But this is definitely a lot more comfortable for me, and I can get on the rod a lot quicker should I have some action, which I'm hoping for right now on this blustery day out in the middle of Rangeley Lake, May 2nd, 2016. Another fish on. Didn't take too long. We're just coming into a real shallow spot, and I started to reel up, and that must have triggered a fish. This one feels a little bit better than the last brookie we had. Pumping a little harder. We shall see. That's a yellow perch. One of Rangeley's giant yellow perch. That's probably because I'm in the shallows. That's probably why we caught that. That is a big one. And hopefully he didn't destroy my bait too bad. It looks like we can salvage it. That's one of the problems of trolling in shallow here, is you tend to get into those. And we're going to motor over a little bit deeper. Alright, day 3 at Rangeley Lake, fishing with Tom Adventures. We motored across the lake this morning, first thing. We're going to try a different spot. We're going to try going into Greenvale Cove. I'm right at the start of Dickinson Island, right between that and Haynes Point. I'm going to troll into Greenvale Cove, always a good salmon spot. I marked a lot of fish coming over about 10 feet under the water. Right now I'm marking some down deep, but there are a lot of fish about 10 feet under. So I imagine those are salmon. We're going to put a nice pretty smelt on and get after those. We'll troll into the cove from here. I think Rainey is probably going to do the same thing. I don't see him yet though. They were a little slow getting started. But we'll be out here shortly if this is where they decide to go. Might run 2 lines today, we'll see. Bait's in the water, it's swimming perfectly. Beautiful cloudy, foggy morning. Not calling for any wind, not calling for any rain. So that's pretty good. We really got rained on yesterday. But real good conditions this morning. Tuesday morning here. So I'm optimistic that we'll get into some of the salmon that we've really been after. We've done okay on the brook trout. Caught a few. I think I've caught a half dozen. Nothing of any real size, but fun to catch them. They're spirited anyway this time of year. The water's cold. They put up a good fight. I'll run a good amount of line out. Keep it about that 10 to 15 feet underwater mark. See if I get into any other fish that we mark along the way. Other than that, I'm going to sign off until I have a fish on. And we got another fish. Feels like another small brookie. Not a lot of tug to it. He's coming alive a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Trolling down the middle of Greenvale Cove. Always a prime spot. Let's see if we got another little brookie today. Coming out, he threw the bait. Yep, that was a little brook trout. We'll just readjust this one and get it back out there again. Alright, that's 2 fish in Greenvale Cove this morning. We're back rigged up again. We got the 2 rods going. Not too much line out. We're probably down about 10 feet or so. We're in 20 feet of water. There seemed to be a lot of activity on the other shore, that northern shore, so we're going to motor over there and troll over there and troll that side a little bit, see if the anglers know something that I don't know. You can see that clump of red places right there. The one with the big rock to the left of it is a place I stayed when I was a little kid. My parents rented that when I was a little kid. I remember catching a 15-inch sucker right off of there. But, that was the big catch for the week. Got a picture of that somewhere. Me standing on that rock, actually. There used to be a birch tree that grew out from the side of it. Beautiful camp, old sporting camp. Big, probably 16, 20 person dining room table. Great big walk-in fireplace, stone fireplace. And if I remember correctly, there were a set of caribou antlers above the fireplace. That were, I don't know if they were a couple of the original caribou that were in Maine or not, but beautiful rustic cabin. I can see that it's obviously been well maintained. It still retains a similar color scheme, that dark red with the white trim. But I'd like to see the inside of it sometime. Beautiful spot. And it's a beautiful morning on Greenvale Cove. We got a fish rising right over there. A lot of good fly fishing in the corner of the cove there, the real shallow water. It shallows up to 3-4 feet. A lot of fishermen fly fish the evening hatch over there. That's why I always bring a fly rod when I come up to Rangeley. You never know if you're going to switch tactics. But for now, the trolling tactic's working. We're going to see if we can get into some larger fish or maybe some salmon. That's the goal. There we go. Greenvale Cove, we got a fish on. Got to get this line out of the water. We don't have a problem. Let's see what we got here. Not a very spirited fish. Oh, now he came alive. Our first little salmon of the year, of the trip. They are lively fish. No, that's a brookie. That is a brookie. That is a nice little brookie. All right, buddy, we'll bring you here. You're caught in the gill plate, huh? And you're caught in the mouth too. A double hookup. I'll try to get you out. There you go. With no injury. And off he goes. That was a nice little brookie this morning. Get some of that snow to keep the bait fresh. That snow usually sits there for quite a while. It's a shaded spot. Try to nudge up to it and scrape a little off. That's good. And we'll keep those smelt just right. Got another fish on here. Solid hookup. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Feels better than the other ones. As the sun is getting ready to set on Rangeley Lake. Ah, he's spirited. He's still thumping. He's pumping pretty good here. Let's see what he is. I imagine another brookie. Acting like one. He's coming alive now. Get a look at you. Yeah, nice one. Nice brookie. We'll save that one for the smoker. That's just the right size. Nice. Nice fish. Solid lip hook. That is a 14.5-inch fish. Pretty. And him to the cooler. And that's our limit for brook trout. We got two nice ones for the smoker. And we got another hookup. That didn't take long. Hopefully we'll hold on to this one. This seems to be the spot. Not a real big fish, but see what he turns out to be. Had all the line out, so plenty deep. Let's see if he's gonna wake up here. Oh yeah, he woke up. Oh yeah, thumper. Hey, nice brookie. Nice brookie. Oh, he wants to play. He wants to play.
That's definitely the best fish of the week, fighting standpoint. Still cold water, but he's got some oomph in him. Pretty little brookie. There he goes. And that makes 2 for the afternoon. That was a nice one. And we got another fish. Feels like another small brookie. Not a lot of tug to it. He's coming alive a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Trolling down the middle of Greenvale Cove. Always a prime spot. Let's see if we got another little brookie today. And he's coming. Oh, he threw the bait. Yep, that was a little brook trout. We'll just readjust this one and get it back out there again. Looks like we got another one on. Well, it's hard to tell. He bit and he didn't bite. Is he off? Ah, he's definitely back on. There we go. Yeah, fish on. Nice way to end the evening on a beautiful, beautiful Rangeley night. No, wait a minute. He's not on again. What's going on here? That's a hookup. He's just smacking at it. That's all. He's just smacking at it. Do that enough, you're going to get hooked, buddy. There you go. Like right now. There we go. Well, he was just toying with it. He's on now. Doesn't seem like a monster, but he's hooked. Yeah, I was just saying, what a beautiful way to end the evening. Dead calm, Rangeley Lake, probably 45 degrees or so, very comfortable. A few brook trout. I think this makes 5 or 6 maybe. Not a bad night. This guy was determined. He wanted to get caught. Spunky. Nice little brookie. Yeah, if we can release him easy. There he goes. Alright. Nice way to end the night. I think with that I'll pack it in and gas up the boat for the morning. And we'll be back at him again on Rangeley Lake.
Well, it's the fourth morning of the Rangeley trip. Overcast, calls for possibility of rain, maybe a little wind picking up later in the day, but right now it's good for trolling bait, so I'm going to head out to where we've been last couple days, and we were trolling about 30 feet of water. I had all my line out and I was getting fish consistently. I caught a bunch yesterday afternoon into the evening, so I'm going to give that a shot this morning and see how we do.
Nope, we got a fish on right here. We got a fish on. Real sensitive tap. Nope, he's not there. See if he wants to play with it a little bit. No, pull him out again. Boy, these fish are finicky. Really playing with it. Maybe I got the bait that time. No, still tapping. There, now he's on. Hook up. Probably not a big fish, but coming with us pretty easy. He may come alive when he gets close to the surface. Give us a little bit of a battle. Feels like he's off now. Yeah, he's off. Yep, he's off. Well, that was exciting while it lasted. Oh, wait a minute. He's back on. Is he? I can't tell. It must be a tiny fish. Nope, he's on. The fish is on. And he's livening up now. Yeah, nice little brookie. We're going to keep him for the smoker. He looks like a small enough one. Yep, perfect. Nice little smoker. Yep. Meets the minimum. In here with your buddies, get a nice fresh smelt out, and we'll be good to go. We got a fish on in the shallows here. Trying that new technique of trolling in real shallow, and we got a fish on. Right in the South Bog Island area. A little brookie. Now come alive. Nice brook trout. Hold still, buddy. I'll release you. Hold still. Oh, still. Oh, he's kind of buggered up. I think we're going to keep him for the smoker too. Yep. We will keep him for the smoker. Make sure he's legal. Yep. There we go. 2 fish for the smoker. What's going on? I got 3. No size to them. I just got a tap just now. But where are you going? Now, did you try your lead core? Yeah. Yep. Fly line. Fish on right in the cove by South Bog Island. Fishing the shallows again right here. And feels like a better fish than we've had. Yeah, this is a hefty brookie. He's got some fight to him. Hopefully he doesn't foul up my other line. Ah, decent brookie. Oh yeah, this is a nice fish. This is the best one of the week. Nice brook trout. And he does not want to come in either. See if we can release him right at the boat here. Nice fish. Hold still there, buddy. We'll get you. Hold still, we'll get you. Just caught by the little hook. There you go. And off he goes. Oh, we get some activity here. Oh yeah, there's a fish on. Again, not a real big one, but probably a nice Rangeley brookie. That fish is coming in weird. I wonder if he's side hooked. Just a tiny little brookie. Tiny little brookie. Hold on, buddy. We'll get you off of there. Hold on. Hold on. Fella. Hold on, let me get you. Let me help you out here. There you go. Got yet another one. Another good feeling fish here. About 9 feet of water. Right in South Bog Cove. This is where they are apparently today. Oh, yellow perch. Nothing but a big humpback yellow perch. Not what we're here for today. Look at the size of that thing. Come on. That's a whopper. I think that would qualify for the one that didn't get a weight club.
Well, we're headed out for the afternoon fish on Wednesday, the 4th day of our trip up here to Rangeley Lake. We had a little breakfast, or brunch I should say, and a little nap, and now we're headed out for the evening fishing. And a little bit of a drizzle right now, not real heavy rain, but a little bit of rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'm going to concentrate on the area around South Bog Island, where we seem to have some real good success this morning. When we get up to it, I'm going to show you the camps that we're staying at, the yellow bean camps, so you get an idea of the atmosphere we're in here. Beautiful log cabins. We're in about 23 feet of water right now, but we're going to get shallower. Rainey and Dan are trolling where I had a lot of success this morning. I'm going to just try over this way in front of the camp just to get a picture of the camp on video and see if there's any fish over here as well. No trip to Rangeley would be complete without a talk on the rainbow smelt. This is the rainbow smelt, which I'm using for bait, which also occurs in the lake naturally. There's a smelt run every spring, and that's probably the single most important factor for success in Maine's lakes are the smelt populations. Lakes like Rangeley. Some lakes and ponds you can dip smelt for bait or for eating. In Rangeley you can't. They're protected so that the brook trout and landlocked salmon have plenty of forage to eat. Those smelt come from other ponds and lakes. I think a lot of those are Kingsbury Pond smelt. We use those sewn on or tied onto a bait harness as probably the primary means of fishing Rangeley at ice out. We also use flies, as you saw, some lures, but the smelt is the best bait, and the fish really go after them. They're a real delicate species. Rangeley has a no live fish as bait regulation, so that's why I keep them on ice. Those are been recently killed, taken out of the bait tank that I brought up, kept alive, and then killed, put on ice before brought out in the lake. They don't want you introducing other strains of smelt which could have disease or genetic defects into the Rangeley Lake chain. So good regulation, and not that difficult for us to handle. We can bring the smelt up here, keep them alive with the system I have, and then use them for bait. We're going past the bean camp. We didn't do much on this shore at all, so we're going to head back to where we caught our fish this morning. Wind's picking up a little bit. It's overcast. A little spit here and there. Nothing, not a heavy downpour, but tomorrow's supposed to be a rainy day, but we've got the gear for it, so we'll fish till dark tonight and see how we do. I'm anxious to see how Rainey and Dan are doing over there. They haven't come over to get me, so I assume they're into some fish. And there's our cabin, the Parmashini Bell on the left, smaller one. And you can see the boats lined up there ready to put those in as soon as the dock goes in. Really privileged to have access to such a nice place right on Rangeley Lake, and nice comfortable cabin, courtesy of L.L. Bean. Well, it looks like we got a fish on in South Bog Cove. Not a big fish. No, maybe he's off. Give him this. No, he's on. Must be a small brookie. Really not much of a fight at all. Or it could be. What is it? Could be one of those silly yellow perch.
Let's see, now it looks like a brookie. Nope. A not very yellow perch. And you just cost me my bait too, and you swallowed my hook. Look at that. Oh goodness. What are we to do?
Well, it's my last day here up in Rangeley. I'm going to fish the morning, and conditions aren't that great. Very windy and choppy. Wind coming out of the east, which is tough on this lake. So we're going to stay inside the cove here by South Bog and South Bog Island, get a little break from the wind, and try trolling bait as long as we can. It looks pretty calm in here compared to the rest of the lake, but it's definitely windy. We'll give it a shot. They were in here yesterday morning. Hopefully they'll be in here today again.
Hopefully another brook trout here from Rangeley Lake. My last morning fishing. Ah yeah, another nice one. Oh, and he lost the boat. That's too bad. We were going to keep him for smoking, but that's all right. And he got my bait. Got a tap. And we got a fish on. All right. Hopefully not another sucker. Feels like a lively brook trout. We shall see. Ah, yes. We'll put that one in the smoker too. And there we go. Oh, we had a tap. They're finicky though. He's on. He is on. Oh, that's a decent fish too. Oh, that's a decent fish. Holy mackerel. That is a decent fish. Oh yes. Much better fishing we've had this week thus far. That is a decent fish. Oh yeah. Nice brookie. Nice brookie. Get a look at him. Ah, look at that. It's not even a brookie. Oh, it's a giant sucker. Holy mackerel. What kind of mess is that? You gotta be kidding me. Looks like 40 years repeated. When I caught the giant sucker off of Rangeley Lake. Look at that thing. Well, he does keep the bottom clean, so back he goes. How big is he? I don't want to stink up the boat. I'm throwing him over. Well, that wasn't the brook trout I was hoping it would be, but it was a fish. Yeah, about 40 years ago, I caught a giant sucker on the other side of Greenvale Cove, and I was all excited until my dad told me we couldn't eat them. So, history repeats itself 40 years ago. Got a tap. And we got a fish on. Ah, it feels like a good one too. Spirited. Hopefully it's not another sucker. Spirited brook trout. Oh, he doesn't want to come in yet. He does not want to come in. Got some fight in him. Nice one. Definitely peppy. I love the sound of that reel spinning. Oh, off he goes again. Not the biggest fish of the week, but definitely one of the most spirited. Comes alive. Got to get out of the way from shore a little bit here before I get blown in. It is still real windy out here. Not good conditions for trolling bait, but caught a fish. Can't argue with success. Try to get out a little further and let this guy go. But he's not having any of it. He's not ready. Is not ready. He doesn't realize he's got a release coming, but he's not ready for that. I think I may just try to net him. Let's see how close I can get to him. He is still thumping. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah. Bring you in real quickly. Let me bring you in quickly. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. We'll get you out of here in no time. Double hook. That's why. Thanks for the smelt. There you go, buddy. Well, I think with that, I'm going to call it a day on Rangeley. The wind has really picked up and I'm having a tough time controlling the boat. So, it's been a good week. A lot of brook trout, a lot of fun. And a nice fish like that is a great way to end it. So I'll be saying goodbye to Rangeley for another year, at least another ice out season anyway. Not sure if I'll make it up here this fall or anytime this summer, but definitely do some bird hunting up here. But it's a beautiful spot and a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me at Fishing with Tom Adventures.